Baker took a big shot at the Saints ahead of their game. He said, it has not exactly been clean play from their part when we play them. It is what it is. You expect physicality from a divisional rival. I do not like them. Another older quote from him when he was on Pardon My Take said he didn't feel bad about throwing passes to Mike Evans so he could get to 1,000 receiving yards in Week 18 to continue his streak. I love this. I know that you are a Saints hater.
Yep.
Saints, quite simply, this year are terrible. They're one of the easiest teams to bet against. I have made all the most common bet that usually hits. The only time I didn't bet against them this year was against the Giants. Very consistently hits when you bet against the Saints.
They're terrible. They're bad. This is awesome. I love any time when a player that isn't on Atlanta or an Atlanta fan decides to just crack it open and just trash the Saints. I love it. The Saints are awful. Baker rules. Is he the most enjoyable football player that we've had? Like this year of Baker
so far,
top to bottom. I don't know if there's been a more universally beloved player that's hit every green button along the way. It's perfect. The Saints are awful. Here's what I'll say. I see what he's doing though. He's trying to make the Bucs versus the Saints.
All right. Sorry. Continue.
He's trying to make the Bucs versus the Saints some big rivalry. Ain't happening. In the NFC South, your rival gets to be Carolina. You don't get to be rivals with the Saints. That's Atlanta versus New Orleans. Now, there has been some chippiness in years past between Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore and Jameis Winston and Bruce Arians, and that whole scuffle was good. That was a one-off. Baker, you don't get to start making rivalries because you're having a good season and you had a good year last year. This is just good quality hate for another team. I'll respect it. I'll stand by it. But I can't even compare it to the NFC East because you all hate each other equally. Right?
Yeah,
I'd say so. There's rare divisions where there's actual every team hates every team. NFC South isn't like that. Nobody cares about Carolina. Atlanta doesn't really care about Tampa. New Orleans doesn't really care about Tampa. Tampa desperately wants to have a rival.
Well, here's how I actually read it. I think that just everybody hates the Saints. I think that they've
true.
Just generally been one of the more. They don't have an unlikable fan base. They've just been a very unlikable franchise.
Cold take. Saints fans.
Oh, you don't like
Saints fans?
Well, I know you're a Falcons fan, so you're going to say that you think that Saints fans are unlikable. I don't have any issue with them.
They have had nothing to pound their chest about. And that, first of all, they are unlikable. Do you not recall after the Rams jobbing that hit them with the PI, they were writing letters to Congress. They were crying for a month.
Why? Well, after the news that came out today, it kind of makes you wonder if that was impact. You don't think that was?
No,
impacted?
I don't think so. Not one bit.
Impacted?
I actually think it was a pretty clean play. The more that I look back at this play, I'm telling you, it's way more bang bang than you remember it being. And if I was a field judge and I saw that, I don't mind an official swallowing the whistle there. It's physicality. It's football. What was that? Yeah.
Look, to get back at Baker, though, I think you are right, though. He has been one of the most likable quarterbacks this season. And I think sometimes when you have guys playing really well, they're just not very vocal and you don't really hear from them. I like that Baker's talking shit and he's talking shit against the team that sucks. I like that. I really like that we're getting some chippiness in this game. Are we going to hear from Spencer Rattler? No, probably not. Mm-mm. We're probably not going to hear anything from anybody on the side of the Saints because they're just hoping to get through the game and to get through it unscathed.
Why can't we get a little more of that? I'm not saying you should go up to the podium and start, calling your opponents deplorable people. That I think
that'd be funny if that happened.
I would enjoy it, but I think for the sport, you shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, the Broncos Giants stuff last week was fun. Jonathan Cooper started that, and then they were jumping. The Giants players were jumping on Twitter. Then the Broncos players started jumping on Twitter. It was pretty interesting to track all that last week when there was this whole back and forth. And then during the game, Giants fans talking shit because they think that they're going to win. And then the Broncos fans and the Broncos players got to say, "I got you," when they pulled off the comeback. We should want.
I want more of that. I want more. I want more trash talk. We've had a super slow year of trash talk.
Can we get the PR people, these lame PR people with these teams, to have some nuts and to go to the team before the season and say the craziest thing you can think about who you're about to play this week? Go and treat it like a wrestling promo. It's just say something that is going to spark just the news cycle that everybody's going to be talking about. I think we need more of that stuff.
You have to do it at the podium. Like, you know who does it really well is actually the St. Browns on their podcast. Nice cheap candle, by the way. Already ran out. The St. Browns, Amon-Ra and Equanimous, when they have other players on.
Why'd you even notice that?
It kind of, because I smelled it. You couldn't smell that? God, my nose is good. I'm like a hound. I
bet.
I like the... Nope, I'm not doing the bit here. We're talking NFL. You can't devolve. It can't devolve.
All right, finish your point.
Every time.
Finish your point.
I don't remember my point now. Oh yeah, I want this to be happening at the podium. I want the shit talking to happen at the podium. Stop doing it on your podcast. Stop having all the chuckles there. Put it out in front of the media.
Well, I would actually also add to that. You would think with all these athlete podcasts there would be more shit talking. There's really not.
Why? They don't. Why? They're not going in there saying, hey, this is what I want to talk about today. A fat producer, a fat, bald producer is giving them little cue cards
fat producers
that says, hey, ask this question. Or, it's the standard who busted your ass first when you got in the league. What was your welcome to the NFL?
God, dude.
Haven't heard that question enough. Yeah. Haven't heard that enough. Actually, how about you actually start
top 5 wide receivers in the NFL? Cool, man. Let's keep asking that question.
Shoot, excluding your quarterback, who's top 3?
None of them can name good receivers either. Whenever they do that stuff, they name the first 5 that they could think of.
Yeah, because they don't care. Because it's all great and big money grab and good. All power to them, I guess. At this point, they haven't gone away yet. All power to you. Keep on tricking the saps, but eventually. I guess you stop playing football and you got to learn if you want to be a broadcaster or not, and then actually come up with some type of question or statement that, again, a fat, bald producer didn't hand.
You're yelling like you're not a big fat producer yourself.
I know.
Yeah, geez.
I'd hand them better questions.
Never mind.
I had a lot of it'd be a crude show. There would be I would actually get called into a team meeting at their NFL office, say, so how is this helping our franchise? Is this, you think that this is giving a good light to our team and what we're doing? No, sir, I don't. I'm just looking for clicks.